Shalom, shalom. This is Shalom from the Great Millstone, Atlanta Camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rahakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, the Great Millstone, that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And the title of this lesson is Riches Gotten by Deceit. Okay, so we're talking about how America, aka Babylon the Great, has over the years become a wealthy country, but also full of debt. And that's what that I believe it's in Habakkuk. It says he covered himself with clay. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick before I get started on this. Let me see, I believe it's actually, this is I need to go ahead and read this whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, Habakkuk 2 verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. So that thick clay is talking about his debt. As you know, you can look up the debt clock and see how many trillions of dollars this place is in debt. Now, they have the nerve to come after you for your debt, you know, and taxes and all of that. But look, America's they're not paying their own bills. They're increasing their debt. And these other, the banks and these other countries are going to want that money. The Lord wants his money. His money is the children of Israel. Those are the Lord's riches. So anywhere you look at it, this place is going to fall by the hand of his enemies and by the hand of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Salakia. Woe to him that covered of evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah, you're not going to be delivered. And then when you go to Daniel 8, it talks about he calls his craft to prosper in this. Let me see, Daniel 8 and 25. I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And that's what he did. Now, he actually, by doing all that destroying, that's how he accrued riches, taking over lands, you know. So I'm going to get some points that let me go ahead and read verse 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, this devil always coming in the name of peace and always bringing destruction. Look what he did in Venezuela. He went down and kidnapped the president and stole all the oil. It says, he shall also stand up against the princes of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. Yep. The economy's going to crash. And it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is bringing this place down because it's time for the new kingdom to rise, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven, talked about in Revelations 22 and 21. And which is going to be, 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 which is going to be ruled by the Israelites, starting with Yahweh Shai at the top and King David. okay, and 144,000. But because of the way this devil has done things, he has to be taken down. Okay. Now I'm going to get, I just did some screenshots. It said, how did America get rich? America became a wealthy nation due to abundant natural resources, geographic isolation from major foreign wars, and a stable legal system supporting free enterprise. And that's kind of going off, but because they are overseas and kind of stand alone, they can go over and send troops to different lands and take those resources and bring them back. And then they have border patrol. So before people can even try and get over here, they can be stopped, or they can send missiles to whether it's in the air or on water. They can send missiles to cut those people off from before they even get here. And not only that, that's why he has all these military bases everywhere. It says vast land resources, large expansions of fertile farmland, rich timber, and mass deposits of coal, iron, oil, fuel, rapid industrialization. Now, who's doing those jobs? Jake doing those jobs. The Israelites are doing those jobs. You don't see Esau out in fields, especially when this place was first established. They used slaves. And it's not on this AI thing on Google, but it actually went into how slavery, the exports of goods through slavery, is what America, because you had pure free labor for hundreds of years. Now, if you had none of using like machines and robots to do certain things, but if you could, and that even costs money, but if you could just use people and feed them scraps and beat them into submission to do your work how you want it done, how fast you want it done, yeah, the sky's the limit. Like you can just create however much wealth you want through free labor, and that's what this devil did. But then I put another thing is the healthcare system. That's one of the largest factors in as far as wealth in this place. It says the American healthcare system generates an estimated 3.3 trillion to 4.7 trillion in annual revenue, making it one of the largest economic sectors in the United States. This vast ecosystem compasses hospitals, doctors, pharmaceutical companies, and health. Hold on. So yeah, pretty much. It's like I'm at work and I'm trying to kind of dodge my the guys I work with, but pretty much, they will poison you, and this is a known fact. And then you go get the you go get healed, and they charge the hell out of you, and it's mandatory for you to have the insurance for that. Okay. The second thing was the biggest overall U.S. export category is mineral fuels and petroleum products, crude oil, refined oil, and natural gas, which totals over 300 billion annually. Healthcare actually tops that. That's why you have Elon coming over here with these fake degrees, and also they about to crack down on that too. These fake PhDs and posting as dentists and doctors, and man, you go see them. All they can do is tell you what they read online. They're not real doctors. What it says, I believe it's in Job, their physicians are no value. So yeah, all of this is really deceit. That's why the scriptures say rich is gotten by deceit. Let's go back to the scriptures, because I want to get this in Revelations 18. Let's go to verse 11. It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, that's a lot of these other countries. Like I said, India. Also a lot of African countries, just places all over, does a lot of business with America. A lot of their exports. Okay, they come over here and set up shop. And they also, a lot of the stuff that they sell in these stores, these little gas stations, a lot of that is expired junk food. It's already bad for you, and then they push the date on it. But it says verse 12, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all dying wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Okay, this place is known for slavery. And verse 23, I'm gonna go down. It says, and I want to pull up this word. It says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more in thee. Yeah, all the wisdom and knowledge is about to be taken out of this place. It says, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. All right, that's the prophets. The prophets are going to be out of here because this place is going to be destroyed forever. And it says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And that word sorceries, when you look up in the blue letter, it's pharmakia. It says the use of administrating drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connections with idolatry and fostered by, metaphor, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. So idolatry, like I said, healthcare. And this may get flagged because I actually brought this up before on another lesson. I think they took it down. But hey, if it get through, maybe it'll reach the ears that they need to hear first. But that's what is found in this place. And we just read how much money is generated through the care system. Okay, so-called health. But let's go back to I'm going to end on this one, which is the title of the lesson, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 10 in verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's why America has to be brought down. Not only America, but Europe. All of Esau's kingdom, Esau being a so-called white man, his kingdom, Europe, United States, everywhere where he has rulership, is going to be destroyed and taken down. And America is going to be completely destroyed. As a matter of fact, a lot of these Edomites, Russia, also the devils in Europe, they're going to turn on America. Putin already is there. He's ready to hit them buttons and just take this place on out. Why? Because of the unrighteous dealings and everything that they're done, going throughout the earth, conquering and destroying and robbing. And It's not. It's so obvious who this place is, what this place is when you read the scriptures, especially with that Venezuela act, especially what's going on with Iraq. Okay, so that was pretty much the point I wanted to make. That's why this place is what it is, because of how it deals with its people and also other people around the planet. So I want to end it by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Shalom to the elect.